Hi everyone! So I know it's been a little bit since my last video, but I just saw my GI specialist yesterday, so I wanted to give you guys an update on, what is currently happening since I've been at the hospital, because at the hospital they have specialists there and obviously they're there to help you in an emergency, but they're not going to be your follow-up for, the rest of your colitis treatments, because that's just not what they do. So I went to go see my GI specialist yesterday, and he basically said everything is fine as far as like what the hospital was doing, but because there was such a lapse in my Remicade treatments, because I had Remicade in an emergency situation in the hospital, and their hopes at the hospital was that I was going to continue the Remicade treatments, but it's not that easy, because if a lot of you know that have colitis or some kind of illness, you know that getting into the doctors takes a long time, and I had to see my primary first, which took about a month, and then I had to see my GI, which took about a month, and then my nutritionist appointment is this Friday, so I'll update you on that as well. So, just a current, kind of to get you all up to date. So I'm taking prednisone right now, and before I saw my GI, I got down to 10 milligrams a day, and he still wants me to stay on that for about 2 months. So that's what I'm doing. So I take, he gave me 5 milligram tablets, so they're a little bit smaller. So I'm taking that in the morning and then in the afternoon. And then I'm on the mesalamine or azlacol or desilacol, whatever you want to call it. It's all about the same thing. And I'm now on, as I was, 800 milligrams. And instead of taking one tablet 3 times a day, which means, 3 tablets, morning, afternoon, and night, he wants me to up the dose. So I'm on, what did he say? No, six total. So it's 2 tablets 3 times a day. So 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 at night. So that's quite a jump. Other than that, I haven't had any crazy symptoms, because I don't fully know what the Remicade does as far as, because I had such a lapse in it. So I don't know if that has any like complications as far as, just side effects. I have no idea, and everybody's different, so everyone's body's different, and, my body has been through a lot since Christmas, so everything's kind of crazy, and I, still have the rashes. I'm still having a little bit of issues just as far as the rash. I don't know if you could see it because I have makeup on, because I am going to work in a short amount of time, so like right here is the start of a rash that I've had. I don't think it was there the last video I made. I don't remember how long ago that was. Maybe it was there, it just wasn't as bad. But if I took my makeup off, you can kind of see. To me, I'm not, because I just started my profession, I'm not like 100% on all the skin diseases and, whatnot. But to me, it looks like a form of eczema or some kind of allergy. But I don't have any allergies that I know of, so, because this one looks a little bit different than like this one here, but it is going away now, so I don't know if you can tell. I'll try to get a picture in the light, but it's actually gone down quite a bit. It was a lot more blistery looking, like more pimply, I guess. Just to give you the description, I think I showed that in my last video too. But it's just mainly this, and I don't know if you can see all those dots on my forehead. That's also been happening, but being in the field that I'm in, I do know a bit about like mapping, like face mapping. So for example, right in this zone where my head is, my forehead, it is my small intestine. Which makes sense, because my intestines were so bad, like my large intestine and small intestine. So I'm thinking that's just like, not remnants, but like remnants of what has just been happening with my body. And also right here is your large intestine, so on the sides of your mouth, beginning at the corner of your nose all the way down. So I do have like a little blemish here and one on the side, so it's mirrored. You know, and I know it's not from my period necessarily, because it's not in that particular area, which would be more on your chin area. So I don't know, it's just something that I have to deal with. And you know, it's new to me because I'd never had bad skin at all. My skin is pretty normal and sensitive. So I'm thinking it's just all the medication, stress, my body, you know, altering my diet, basically had to alter my entire lifestyle and change a lot of things. And it could be due to the environment too, because it's been, you know, I live in New England, so it's been snowing and it's been warm and then it's been raining and then everyone's sick, and just all those things play a major part in how your skin is gonna react, you know. And I did ask my doctor, and he doesn't think it's from the steroids, because I know steroids can make you get some sort of blemishes, but he's thinking it may be from the mesalamine. So he's gonna up the dose and see what happens, more so just to kind of get me prepared, I guess, for the Remicade infusions, because I'm going to have to start that in about 2 months, a month and a half, and I basically have to start over. Because it's been such a lapse in time from the hospital, because my last Remicade infusion was January 9th, and what you are supposed to do is get one, you know, you get your starter one, and then 2 weeks later you get another infusion, 3 weeks later, and I don't know if it goes 4 weeks, and then to 6 weeks, and then to 8 weeks. I don't know the exact, but it's something similar to that, and then every 8 weeks you get the dose, and I think it's not forever, but because they don't like to say forever at the doctor's office, but it's basically for a while, a long-term treatment, if you will. So that's current, and because I have so many things going on, you know, this is helpful for me. I don't know if it would be helpful for anybody else, but I bought and it sounds stupid, but I fully believe in my astrology sign or my horoscope or whatever, and I'm a Virgo, so I'm very, like, I get crazy if things aren't organized. I really do. I, like, can't function if there's a mess of dishes, for example, in the sink, and, like, I can't think properly. I don't know if anyone else is like that. I'm like that. That's all that matters. But I bought this. It's just a planner. Whoops, something fell out. But something like this, where it just says all of what I need to do, like literally every day is filled, because I currently work 2 jobs. So I need to know like that, and my doctor's appointments, because there's so many, and I have to remember like just a lot of stuff right now. And I also have another book. It's not within my reach at the moment, but I bought this on Amazon, and I bought the other one on Amazon. The other one's basically a meal planner, and I don't use it as like a meal planner. It just has like dates, and I write down what I eat that day. If I eat the same thing within a couple of days or a week or whatever, I won't write it down, because that stuff doesn't bother me and I don't see a need to write it down. But if I introduce like new things in my diet, like say I go to McDonald's and I go eat chicken nuggets, which I've already had, but if I didn't have them, I would write that down at the exact time, and then see if my body has a reaction, because obviously if I have a reaction, whatever new food I introduced is the culprit. And before, I was talking in my other video, and I said that I was eating Brussels sprouts. Now, I can't eat those anymore, because they did give me an extreme amount of gas over time. I don't know if it was because I was eating them every single day, because they were really tasty and delicious, but because it's similar to broccoli, which I can't have either. Like it's too green or too much fiber in it or whatever. It's too rooty, which is weird because I could eat like asparagus tips, but I can't eat the stalk because it's too fibrous, or the little, you know, in asparagus, like the little strings in it, something with that. Anything that's hard to digest, I can't eat. So, you know, I tried so far drinking like small amounts of coffee here and there, but when I make the coffee, it's not like, oh, I'm just gonna make some coffee and be fine. No, I like measure a certain amount because I can't have a lot of acid or caffeine. Even though iced tea hasn't bothered me, I get the Pure Leaf one, and the caffeine in that seems to be fine. It must just be a different, like coffee is more acidic, so maybe that's why. And it's also a diuretic, so it makes you go to the bathroom, which I don't need. But every now and then, you know, I'll have a cup of coffee, just a small cup, and I'll put a lot of milk in it, so it's like milked down. And the milk I use is not whole milk, it's just 1% or 2%, because I find whole milk to be too rich, you know, and I just don't like the thickness of it or how it makes you like have that obnoxious like bubbly gurgliness inside your throat. I don't like mucusy, I don't know, I don't like that. So I like water milk. I don't drink almond milk or peanut milk or weird milks like that because I don't understand that to begin with, because you might as well just drink water at that point, because if you've ever read the ingredients, it's pretty much just water and like 1% almond. I just find that weird, and I don't like nuts anyway, which is good because I can't eat nuts. I can have peanut butter, but anyway, I just wanted to update you guys and share with you, you know, my GI doctor appointment. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I know I do have to get blood work done again, just so they could see where I'm at before I do the Remicade. You know, if anyone has had Remicade, there's certain things you can't do as far as, because they want me to get the flu shot because your body is really susceptible to like flu illnesses, you know, things like that, but you can't have any live vaccines. So if there's a live flu vaccine, which I don't know much about because I just haven't ever gotten the flu shot because I just don't really get sick, so I don't really want to get that, but I guess now I am obligated and have to. But yeah, that's just as far as what they told me. I think that's pretty much it. Other than that, everything's going good. You know, I'm still working. Oh, yeah, so on top of like my rash situation, I do have, like I was talking about in my hand, so in my right hand where they kept the IV for about 7 days and put all that crap in there, I think what ended up happening, because I was having pain in my hand, like more so when I made that video than now, every now and then I'll get like this shooting weird, not pain, but it's like a tightness. It's almost like if you felt one of your veins being tight from your hand to your like shoulder top. It just acts up every now and then, and it doesn't help because I do massage, you know, for a living. So when I'm massaging, it'll like tighten up a bit and I just have to stretch it out, or, you know, I bought THC cream, so I put that on it and that does help. But it just sucks because I don't know how long that'll last, because the doctor believes I did get some kind of nerve damage from that, just from, you know, wiggling it around, and I don't even want to think about it because it grosses me out, and then I have to get another IV in like a couple months, and then, you know, 2 weeks from that, like no, it's just not something that is fun. But I'm used to needles by now, so they don't bother me. I just don't want an IV and then nerve pain again and all of that. It's just because the Remicade isn't just like a one-stop shop. It's like a 4-hour process because they want to make sure you're okay. you know, it's a slow drip thing. Like 4 hours is a long time to just be at the doctor's office every couple weeks. But I mean, I did 7 days in the hospital with no problems, so I guess it'll be fine. Yeah, so I am gonna end the video here because it's getting way too long, and now I'm just gonna ramble about things that I probably already talked about. So, if anyone has any questions, please leave them down below. I am quick to respond when I'm available. So, well, I hope everyone is in good health and happy, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.